guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. It's so good to have you here. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, so good to see you again. Today's video, we painted my kids' rooms and then we put two of them, the 5-year-old and the 1-year-old, in the same room to sleep together for the first time ever. And I will make another video telling you about that and stuff I learned in the process. But today's video is going to be tips for painting your kids' room, stuff that I didn't know, that I even went and looked on YouTube how to paint my kids' room because there was stuff I just had no idea about. And so this video will be the answer to the questions that I had that perhaps some of you have. And then once I do this tip part, that's gonna end, and then it's gonna go to just like a fun little video we put together of painting the kids' room. So if you're fun and you wanna see that stuff, then you can just keep watching. And if you're not fun, super boring, and just want the tips, like I might be, then just watch the tip part and then be done and you'll be set up for success. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click the little bell notification so then you know when I make new content. And if you want more of my family, you can follow us on Instagram at Jess_Hover. And if you are a parent looking for more support, we have an amazing Facebook group, Jess Hover and Friends. You go request to be in there. Awesome people. Answer the questions when you request to be in so that we know you're a real person, and then we'll let you in and voila, you have friends. Today's video is a partnership with a brand that I've been using and am so excited to tell you about. It's Oatsome oat milk, and the reason why I've been drinking oat milk is because I'm breastfeeding and have a very refluxy baby, and so I tried to cut out dairy milk to see if maybe that would help her reflux. Ended up drinking oat milk, and now here I am today telling you about the oat milk that I drink. So we'll take a second to tell you about that. Oatsome is plant-based, organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, nut-free, made with whole grain oat. Better taste for sure compared to other non-dairy milks and creamers that we've tried. They have this one, which is the original. I had it on my muesli this morning. And then they have the barista milk, which I use in my coffee. Oh. And then chocolate milk for when I'm feeling crazy. Oats are one of the most sustainable grains on the planet and require 80% less water to grow than almonds. So by choosing Oatsome oat milk, we're doing good things for our bodies, our babies, and the planet Earth. Find Oatsome at the shelf-stable aisle of your local grocery store, or click the link below to see where you can purchase Oatsome online. Thanks Oatsome for being delicious and wonderful and helping to ease my baby's upset tummies. Now, you're painting your kids' rooms. You might be like me. Sure, perhaps you were raised by lesbian moms and you spent every other weekend in Home Depot, and you probably should know more about painting than you do, but alas, I just don't. I had some questions. Here were my questions. What kind of paint do I use? How much paint do I need? What do I do to paint a room? And how soon after I paint can my kids sleep in the room? So I'm going to answer all of these questions for you right now. 1, what kind of paint should you use? I texted my painter friend who gets paid money to paint people's houses, and he said you need a low VOC paint. That means low chemicals, isn't going to be bad for you. He recommended Benjamin Moore Simply White, and it's like a Natura I don't know. I say it like that. We lived in Spain. I've got new people.
You want to see it?
We'll show you it. He said get that because then after it dries, your kids can sleep in that room that night, and it's safe for you to breathe in. Safe for pregnant people, safe for elderly people, safe for babies. Voila, safe enough for me. I don't know why I keep saying voila. I think I'm gonna stop saying voila. Okay.
Well,
voila, the paint is here.
Conveniently, the paint is only spilled right over the label.
So that's what we used. We used the color Simply White because I am simply lazy and don't want to paint very often. So we simply whited the walls, and then we'll simply put up art whenever we want. The next thing I can tell you, well, we painted 2 bedrooms and we needed 3 cans of paint. This is 124 fluid ounces, 3.66 liters. We used 2 of these. No, sorry, we used 3 of these. So you're gonna wanna do 2 coats. Next tip, 2 coats. Even if it looks like maybe you won't want 2 coats, you do, because it doesn't look streaky. If you have 2 coats, it looks very even. Sometimes you can't tell that till after it dries. Sometimes lighting makes a difference. So we finished at night, feel like, wow, it's amazing. But then the next morning, you might find out it looks like trash. Don't wanna do that. 2 coats, trust us on that one. Next tip, before you paint, you're gonna wanna tape whatever needs to be taped. That would be like the edges, perhaps the windows, the closet doors maybe. You're gonna wanna take the light fixtures off, take the little outlet things off, take anything off the walls. You are going to move all furniture to the center of the room and cover them. We covered them with plastic tablecloths from the dollar store. We also used some old sheets. You can also get a tarp. Then we wiped the walls with a magic sponge or a wet washcloth, and then we spackled holes. I'm looking to Becca behind you. I'm looking to Becca back there. Spackle the walls, let that dry, sand them a little bit, just so it's flat and even. That's a detail Jessica didn't want to do. Becca insisted I do, and Becca was right. Jessica was wrong. And then, invest in a good edging paintbrush, one that has a good edge. It looks like, I'm gonna superimpose, is that the word? I'm just gonna put the picture right here that my brother-in-law, who also knows a lot about construction and houses, sent me. Get this one, or one like it. Get the one that's not like the cheapest one, because it will help you paint the edges, and then you won't have to tape as much. There's also a thing, it looks like this. It's an edgery. It's gonna do the edges. I'm a professional. Do your edges with this or this. Can you put things there? Can I do that? Cool. Okay. Last thing. Invite your friends. Friends are helpful. If you don't have friends, you can still do it. It's a big task, but then you're done and it feels worth it. And you're gonna wanna, keep your friends well-fed, hydrated. You're gonna think through, what drinks do they wanna drink? What food do they wanna eat? Keep having those snacks out all throughout the day, because they gotta stay motivated, keep the blood sugar up. Music bumping, that was helpful as well. And then you want paintbrushes, but then you also want rollies. And you're gonna want enough for every person to be involved, and you want the little paint trays to pour the paint in. You're gonna paint everything 1 coat, then you're gonna give it about an hour and a half, then you're gonna come back and paint the 2nd coat. Then you're gonna let that dry, then you take the tape off. If you need your kid to sleep in the room that night, then start early, have windows open, fans on, music playing. What are you gonna need? You're gonna need edging paintbrush or something edgery, tape, paint tray, rollers, something to cover your carpet, furniture, whatever. Perhaps you want some disposable cups or something so people can pour their paint in and use their brush that way. You want to paint in painting clothes. Maybe you want to look like this. Sandpaper and the little putty for the walls. Screwdrivers to get things off the walls and then back on the walls. And when you take them off the walls, set them somewhere that your kids are not going to grab them off and play with them and then lose them, which happened to me, and then it was much harder to put the stuff back on later. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Good luck painting. Don't leave, wait, watch. Here's us painting the walls. This is like part 1 of a renovation that's happening in the kids' rooms. We're gonna take you in the next month through everything we're gonna do to get our kids' rooms from this to this. Okay, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for shopping. Very Good Mothers Club, the small business that is keeping us afloat. We're so grateful for you. You're the best. Okay, see you later. Bye. Of my favorite people in the whole wide world with me, who I named my very first daughter after. Her full name is Eloise Marie Hover. Marie is named after this beautiful, wonderful friend of mine from Switzerland. We became friends
2008. It's been a long time.
Yes, and we've traveled the world together. Marie is a mother of 2 girls, and that is helpful in all of this because she knows how to think in terms of being a parent who needs to organize their kids' stuff.
Yeah, if you can get your house organized, technically you don't even need it to be pretty, you're already happy.
Yes.
And then the pretty part is the cherry on top.
Yeah, secondary.
I am currently studying architectural interior design, and I've always loved it. And I always thought at one point, I hope some friends asked me to do it, and Jess has always been my biggest supporter, so I'm so thankful.
You're very good at taking complicated things and making sense of them, and my kids' rooms feel complicated, and we're taking on now that venture of putting 2 kids in one room, which I have never done before.
I am hoping that it's going to be a space that is very bright and happy, because I feel like that also reflects, like, that shows your kids' personalities too. You guys are not too serious, you like life, you know, but also the fact that it is a small space, we want it to be very bright, so that's why we chose white for the walls, like a bright color. So I'm hoping though that it doesn't look too sterile, so we want it to be lived in. So I'm hoping to add maybe some like vintage pieces to it too, like just even in the decor. I was thinking about that the other day, just so it doesn't look like out of a magazine, you know, but like we can feel like a house that's been lived in. Today we're painting.
Part 1 of this project is complete-ish. We painted this room, and we're almost done painting the other room. Wilson will sleep right there. Jules will still sleep in my room. The thing we hadn't considered is we don't have curtains ready for this that are blackout, so I'm gonna tape up construction paper to cover it. And then it's a little creepy. This window, the neighbor can see through it, so we're actually putting this film on the window to make it a privacy window so no one can see in, but light still comes through. And stage 1. Next stage, I think, is organizing the closet and making it pretty.
Can you jump? His knees are together.